Morning everyone, welcome to another Advent of Code video. Let's go straight into it. So we have much stuff. A friend of mine noticed me that I should look at this, white things for my results to not fall into traps as yesterday. But let's see. What I like is input, today's input. Great format, simple one. Okay, so it's squared map. Trace house. Each tree is presented single digit height. Okay, 0 is okay. So this is just height map. Okay, easily. Okay, so this is visible. This is visible. This is not visible from this side. But it's not visible from this side. But it's visible from this side. Okay. All of the trees around the edge of the okay, those are visible. This is easy. It only leaves the entire. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this should be not too difficult. Okay, how do you approach? Also, someone pointed me out that I would avoid mistakes creating unit tests for solutions, which I don't exactly agree because I basically manual test over these things and I don't need regression for that. But I agree that the habit of having unit tests is good. So as this thing looks easy, I would show you how to handle unit tests when you are working with standard input, for example, and other kind of inputs. And you would just do it, let's call it properly, like whatever properly is, right? I mean, besides the fact if the reading it from standard input is the best idea, it is like, it doesn't matter at all. But we'll try to make it testable because if, I mean, doing things like this, which I always did so far, today it would be what would be today's input? We can go easily. I mean, I would normally I would go with single vector flattened and just calculate indices, but let's keep it simple because this would make probably the change easier, or maybe not. I will think about it, but this is bad habit to do it like this, and the reason is this function is not pure, right? I am reading something. This is completely untestable, so let's improve on that, right? And here I would just take something implementing some trait. Let's think about the trait. I think it's too small. And IO. DNS, sorry, this thing. What does it? It's. I think buff reader gives me a line. It gives me this thingy. And I guess this has lines, right? No. So what has the lines stood in lock? This is what is what I get when I call lock, right? Yeah, and this implements I'm looking for this thing which gives me the function lines. Actually, this is the thing. So I want buff read. So I want something which I want to take something which implements buff read. Like this. And this would I would go very raw, very like simple with the solution. So it's input lines map into bytes, but oh come on, creepy, don't frustrate me. I again forgot about disabling my notifications. What I want to do here I want to go with this into bytes and unwrap into iter map byte minus 0. So and then I collect. So what is this magic? Why I cannot substrate? Cannot substrate binary. So what do I do here? I am subtracting the 0 sign, so 0 is now actually 0. So 0 character, ASCII character 0 and 9 would be 9. This is very easy conversion from digits to character GDs to numbers. So very simple one. And let's check the input function just prove you how easy it's now to test it. Create a test which is input test. I'll go with its this is something you would see often in tests, that you just import the whole module into your namespace. Why do you do that? Let input is I'm doing some binary input. No. I'm doing some input. It's my input. And now I can why the expected is so strange here. Let me check. I don't know what is bad about this thing. This is my expected. I can just probably pass input. I don't need to do as because call expression requires a function where data. I hate this shadowing thing in this case. I remember I can for sure can go here with lines. There's a trick. If you go to buff read to this trait, you can see what is it implemented on. And it's implemented on a slice of U8, but I have slice of characters which is not exactly what I want. On stin lock, obviously, we are talking about that. Okay, this is not very important. Cursor is something. Yeah, this is about iterating over vectors. Yeah, probably binary Robit does got it or not. I want to slice. What's the type of this? Is that what I need? Okay, so here obviously I could just go with raw characters. I could go with as bytes, which gives me back my slice. And what I did before here, if you look at this, this is the easiest way to make an array into a slice. So I just subslice it and I take reference over it because I cannot keep slice in my stack, but it doesn't matter. So this is how you can test it. You can take here something which is buffered, so we can pass the locked IO here, but you can just pass something. So I can agree this is in general better approach. I just don't agree that it would save me from anything. Maybe it could make it easier for me to test my input, but this we can put it aside. We have our input read already, and I have a couple ideas how I would approach that. And one is to flatten this actually. So I would take this task more. I would do this with a couple tricks of like maybe low level optimization, because this is simply enough to go this way. I would flatten it to the vector and the line length. Having a line length would be very important here. Like this. I would flat map it. So flat map should flat map let map, and then what I do, I need a length of a line, which is a shame because I can't have it. I mean, I can have it easy, so I have lines. How do I do this the easiest way possible? I could just count my lines. I don't like this approach. Problem is that I'm losing lines information here, obviously. I could fold it. But what do I fold it to? Yeah, that's not what I want to do. I would do something what I would never encourage anyone to do. But I would just count rows. This is straight, but I have no quick idea how to do it better. I would just inspect it. So inspect is a function which is called on every single element, and I would just on every single line when it is visited. I really don't like this approach because this is side effect, right? But I mean, any kind of animating would prevent me from flat mapping here, which is very simple thing. Except this is rows, and I want probably the easiest thing to do is columns here, which is m dot length divided but by rows, which would always work. This would always work for when this is a rectangle, and this would be more puzzle-like solution. And because this is puzzle-like solution, I would not care about it being a bit worse, like, you know, idiom-wise. Why I did need the vector here, but I don't need it when I remove this line, and this is because here I call len, and it could do something with the type of m. It cannot be sure that m is the same like here, because this m could be taken by value. Basically, it struggles with going going after the first occurrence of the variable, and len could be called on anything. It has no actual boundings here, so this is why it doesn't work. So why I want this input to be done this way? Let's make it like this. A map which is size of U8 and rows plus being queue size, and I am basically returning queue size. And look at that, what I do here. I could do this like go to every element and check if it is visible from every position, but I would check the visibility so many times, and the more natural approach is like go from left to right and mark everything visible until you have this decrease no, just go from left to the right and mark everything which is visible, and this scanning is always, everything is visited 4 times, and I think this would be the easiest solution to implement. So what I do is let visited is I create this visited it's called vector, which tells me if the actual cell is already visited. And first, what I need to do is to visit, for example, start from left to the right, right? And if what I did, I will go for every column for E in okay, I would start from top in 0 for 0 to calls. Actually, I need both rows and calls, so I need both of those. So let's start with this, because it makes type illusion better. Like this. Going from top. I would have, this is not how you do the solutions, because this is very like procedural one, but it's easy to reason about. Let move highest is 0, right? From and from every column, I would say first of all visited I is true. Right, so this is the first in the column. Then what I do, what it does it contain so much? Okay, that's fine. So I mark the edge one being visited, and I mark the highest being being what? Being mi dot max. I do not overwrite. I'm wondering if I could do it like a bit easier, like not using indices, but I don't think I can do it trivially. I could create like, I mean, I think it would be better m's. But I still need to visit indices in this solution, so I will not care about that too much. Okay. Nice. And what do I do for each row? First of all, that's not true. If it's lower than highest, I don't even care about that. If it's lower than highest, so this is how you calculate the index of your thing. I don't add any cat or anything. I just go with highest. That's so I just make it a bit clear. Why I cannot draw visible mutably? Because it's not mutable. Really, I can. Yeah, I cannot initialize it because I would reinitialize it later. That's good. So this should mark them from top to bottom. But I also want to do it from bottom to top. So now visited. I want to index the last one. So the last one is this. So rows -1 times calls. Right? This many more. Rows -1 is rows -1 what? I'm wondering if it's not calls -1. You know what? There's a trick. So I want to multiply my y position, which is this position times weight. So this many times, so for 0 it's 0, for 1 is this row, for 2 it's this many, and I plus x. And why do that? Because this way I may just forget about this formula. I can just do this, and here I want index I, but the other position is just calls, it's just rows -1, because rows is number of rows and I want to index the last one. And I think this is actually exactly what we had, except I wanted it to be a bit easier. What I can even do here, because I exactly know the length, I can do partial application. Let idx be this. So this way I can just partially apply the clause. So it's easier. And now for j in yeah, 0 rows reverse. I think I can reverse it. It's just ref, right? With data, I do exactly the same thing. I'm thinking a bit, I'm doing it a bit slower than I could, but I don't want to do silly mistakes. And what we need to do. Now I want to go for I would switch those guys because I want J to be always in this direction. This way I basically can have exactly the same body here because I just traversed different. Minus 1 here. And here I go calls. Yeah, calls minus 1j. That's this. And here I think I go this way. This is cool. Not the best one. I will do. I could probably extract it to the function, but who cares about that? Now what I do is visited dot input iter filter this, and I can. I am not super happy with that, but I tried to be more like think about the easiest possible solution. Let input print line IO better. Oh, it's something strange. Yeah, this probably could be refactored. We'll take a look about it at the end, maybe. You know what? Five, I guess. No, I can't columns, which is still 5. What's wrong? I know what's wrong. That's fun, because I don't see mismatch between those. Like, really, I'm trying to compare them. Oh, visually. Let's do it manually because I think that GitHub Copilot is too stupid to make it properly. And by the way, if I am writing tests, I should do it manually because this way I make sure that this is what I expect it to be. But I am pretty sure it would work. I could. But what I wanted to do instead of just running it, let's create a task, because why not? With this input, if I should let's data as input data bytes, then asset the queue, part one data dot zero data dot one should be how much? How much? 21. Yeah, this is kind of why I don't try to test for these simple things. Is you always need to do those like manually expecting results on something, which is sometimes easy, sometimes not so easy, and it doesn't work for some reason. Probably very stupid one. Yeah. No. It should be this way. Because it's visible if it's higher than the highest. I still am surprised for the result 16, but because that means that no tree is visible, but maybe no, this should be visible. It's now, yeah, it doesn't work, the solution. I wanted to be too smart probably. But what I can do with that, I can go and do some debug printing. Yeah, I would do visited. I would iterate over them. I would map them. X match X. True would be 1, false. It's probably actually x-axis size. But no, why not? Here's 1, false is 0. I want to map it this way. Then what I want to do is to go chunks. Let me show iterator chunks. No chunks here. Okay, so I can go for sure what I can go. I could make chunks here of length columns. And I map them. How do I map them? I map them to x dot into it. So I will map those characters collect, and I want to collect them into strings. Like let it reformat. No, for sure I did some. Like let's format it manually a bit, so we'll see what happens. Syntax error, so that's why it doesn't. Chunks doesn't need iter because it's already iterator over some stuff. Okay, now I want to let's debug stuff. I don't even want to collect over that. All day D. That's what I want to do. And if we do that, I see map of what is visible, and this should be visible for sure. And this is not true at all. So first of all, why the first thing is not marked as? It should be marked when I am going left to right. Yeah, indexing. Index 0, index E0, which is actually, it was good. This, and then here, it's index 0j, it's index 0j, this is why it didn't work, I'm pretty sure. Okay, just debugging anyway. Yeah, now it works. So this is why you don't do things like that, because if you reuse code, you should do it idiomatically, and I try to be too smart as often. What I will do now, it's I focused on too much on what's not actually the important thing. Probably. Let's just save it, because I probably saved it somewhere where I wanted to save it. Oh, I'm not in the 8. Did I actually paste my... I need to wait a minute probably. So what do you want to do here? Actually, I would quickly refactor because I don't actually care about my times. This thing is common, right? So it's completely common. Except here I go from rows to calls. The ordering is different. This is completely common. It doesn't matter. Let me submit answer. Yeah, that was easy. Mm. You know what? I'm looking at that and I would just go like stupid brute force. I think when I think about that, I would just go this way. So I just enumerate. I would just go for every single tree. And what next? I want to find my ranges. Exactly, this is how do you calculate your position. I don't want to accept everything, I just want to accept single line. Because I don't believe Copilot understands me. Right, so modulo is like this offset, so it's x, and when you divide you get your proper y offset. What do I do here? I will build my ranges I want to work with, and the ranges are from the beginning up until my x. From my next up until yeah, and this. So those are my interesting ranges. First two are for x, and those are for y. left is the x. I need to reverse it, and I just calculate a position of the closest tree. I cannot see through. It's that easy, actually. This left. Except I find a position of this is index, and I want map index, and this is my index with constant y being my y. This is fine. And now it is it looks way better than the previous solution, by the way. And I would just go ranges. I don't know why I created this ranges, maybe to have better reasoning what I'm thinking about. I don't want to reverse this one because I'm starting here. But I want to go with index. This is the question, because yeah, I want to go with index, with position, probably. I think. It's not so simple thing. Did you think about this? So it's position. But here, this is what I want. It's right. This is from top and this is from bottom. Except this is columns, because I'm going to X, and this is rows. And now this is L times R times T times B. This is also not reversed because I have to do this. Why it doesn't work? Those are options. Here, if such a thing is not found, it's not zero. By the way, let's start with this, but it's not zero. Here it's just X, I think. Here is cos minus X. If I am here, I am. This is 2. This is 5. I think it's cos minus X. It's just Y, and this is rows minus Y. Because this is like, you know, my longest It's possible. Okay. Now, for every index I have the height right now. Okay. So I just need to find max. What is the highest score possible? Wait. Under default. This looks easier, and we will refactor this to the previous one to this format. Okay, let's go with testing approach, which I still don't like, but I wanted to show it. I find myself somehow bad this year in these puzzles for some reason. It should be 8 for the test, I think. It's not 0. Should not be. Let me go full screen. Remember this, but it's like too long a bit. I can always, do just to take a look at the task. I'd like to see this call for this. So, what is the index here? It's 5. This. I'm looking for I being equal to, that's 5, 6 to 7. I is equal to 7. And L is 0. Yeah. Okay, +1. It's how many trees it could see. So max I have okay, because it's how many trees I can see, right? So max I would have probably okay. But let's see. I should always just... No. I should just this at this. I mean, why I don't want to go with -1 here is that in some cases I may go negative and I am unsigned and I don't want to go negative. But I can easily just map the result here to +1. So if there is something blocking, I want to add 1 because I want to include the tree which was blocking me. Oh, even more intuitive. I can just include myself. And yeah, except I would always block myself. So no, it's not better. It's definitely not better. This would be. I mean, it's not better because it doesn't work, right? Because I would block myself. Go for 7 again. Here's 7. 1, 3, 1, 1. Looking left, looking up, the view is not blocked. Right? So looking up, its top is 1. Looking left, its view is blocked immediately. You can see 1 tree. Looking right, its view is not blocked. You can see 2 trees. But I have 3. So I need to think about limits because, okay, left. Left, my index is how many trees I view. That's for sure. Right. I have 5 columns. Yeah, -1. Always -1 because cols is not the index of the last one, which I was like thinking about it. It is the index of the last one -1. I mean the number of things. Let me take a look at 7 again. 1, 2, 1, 1. Looking down, this view is blocked eventually. It can see 2 trees. Which is true. So downside I have something. And this, obviously, that's why I don't. I mean, that's why it's sometimes better to work on easier structures, like prepared for that. How it works. I'm not sure if it's simpler, but it works. Oh, it's in the back. Why I don't get those things? Yeah, but I am very unhappy with the solution here. Let's refactor it because it is not good fun one. And we'll go with this kind of thing, which I thought it would be was, but it's basically the same. Anyway, I think it doesn't matter, but it is way easier to reason about. what is the first thing calculating? The tree is visible. So let's copy the second solution because it is something around those lines. That will change a bit what we are doing here. So we would map to the fact if something is visible, and this would tell me if there's something wrong. Okay, okay. This no. I want to check if there's something. Let's make it find position, which is the same, but I think map is a bit more. What it doesn't like. I hate this. I really hate this kind of stuff. I think find is a bit more simple. I mean that they're exactly it comes down to exactly the same code, so I just want to know if any is matching the condition. So I don't even need any find or something. I just go with any. Yeah, so I overcomplicated first part, which yeah. So oh, why it doesn't work? Left, right, top, bottom. I check if any of them is. I go for every guy and I check if in my distinct there's anyone with who is higher or equal than me, but I want to be visible, so because I would need to negate. So I need to make sure that all are lower, not that n is higher. No, it's okay. Yeah, it took me too much time while the solution was that easy. I'm wondering if it could be even easier. Because This way, I don't think so, but I think this way I can go even simpler. I completely don't need to reverse that. I can do like it now it just doesn't matter. But what I do, I just try to do it in, just go once through Y's and once through X's. If J is Y, visible. From the exit, this should be the same. No, it's not. Why? I'm wondering. X's are going to columns, which is proper. Y's are going through rows, which is also correct. Then I have all of them are either of the proper index or they are lower. I see why. And the problem is that I actually had to split because this is this checks me that if it's on both sides. Yeah, let's go to this solution, which was good enough. I don't need to reverse. It doesn't really matter if I reverse, but I don't need to, so why? And here this is just, you know, I just position. Wondering if I can go even easier on that. No. I'm wrapping for -1. So I guess. No, I would need to do that -2. Matter. No, I don't think I can do it better, but it's now it's okay better anyway. So yeah, this is the solution. A bit too complicated. The task was very simple actually. I'm wondering if it could. I mean, it would be easier in some kind of array-based languages, either functional wise, when you can transpose those arrays, or some BQN or something like this, APL, because in Rust you think about memory and you can easily iterate like through rows, for example, but iterating through columns requires you to have indexes, and you know, it's possible to create such a data, but I think that it will be more boilerplate that it is worth. And I need to reason in terms of indices, which is not so difficult if you have experience with that. So note that we didn't struggle with indices because this is kind of simple, but yeah, it's easy to mess up with having couple loops very similar, like here. And I'm wondering if it's that there's an easier solution for that, which would just subslice me, because I can easily subslice if I would like to do it in the single row. I keep it this way because I want this to be kind of unique. I mean, sorry, kind of not unique, kind of consistent. But what I could do here, like for example for L, it is L. I could go with, I subslice my row, because I know that my row starts from the y times rows. This is something I just know, and it goes up until y times row, y times row, and it goes up until y plus 1 times rows. So I could just go with the slice, and then I could subslice it again, for example, up until my x, right? And then I could just do this. But there's a problem. Yeah, this I could do for L, right? Do I want this to be reversed? Yeah, I want this to be reversed now. So I iterate over it, I reverse it, and then I find a position of the tree. I just want to show you that it would work without indices. And then I just map it like this. It's -1. And I for x, right? And this is basically the same. I don't work on indices. I work on I plus 1. I work on how it's called, on values, and this works. Except, and this is a bit more natural. Obviously, I could do it probably even better, but maybe more clear, but it works. The problem is I cannot do anything similar, really simple for columns. I would need to go for probably iter tools, and I would have iterator skipping, or even go to iterator. Does it skip? Yeah, but it skips first couple elements, and I don't remember if there is a step by. Actually, just I tried to make it not index based. You see, so let's think about that. I mean, I still need this index here. So yeah, I still need to, see, I still need to somehow access the first index. But I actually could probably go with that is, what is it? I start with my first element, which is rows plus x. This is my first element. I can go with all of them. I can go step by rows. Here, I really need to go. Yeah, but here I need to limit it to. You know what? I don't need to. Here too, I don't need. Here also I don't need to, because yeah. What I do, I go to the end of my row for no reason, because I just take x elements, and here I could tell take. Oh, it's raw. Yeah. Rows I want Yeah, that's tricky because I need to know how long is the row. Here I need to limit the row. See? For why? I need to do like probably go for something like this. Yeah, but you see what I mean? I cannot just take a row or just take a column, and this is what I want to show you, that it's possible to do, but in some array-based language, I assume it would be easier to do. Anyway, thank you for watching, whoever had courage to stay this long with me, and see ya tomorrow.